Hey, what's going on, guys? Dr. Sean J. Harris here, Generational Wealth Academy. Listen, something prompted the talk that I want to give today, the teaching. So many times people ask Kaden, well, now that you're 13 years old, you graduated high school, what's next? Are you going to college? So here's one of the key things that we then ask them in return is, well, how did college work for you? Some went to college, had favorable results. Some say, well, I went to college and I didn't have good results. And then some say simply, I never even went to college. But what we're finding is that the majority of the people that ask him what's his goals or what's going to do next, is he going to college? They didn't even go to college themselves. So that kind of reminded me of the story I always told about being a single person giving marital advice. You can't tell me that you're a marriage counselor and you've never been married. It's kind of like being a hairstylist and your hair isn't done properly on any given day. So the same thing with going to school, particularly being a business major, and this is what's prompting this as well. Kenny and Kaden had an event and they asked one of the kids something about college and said, well, listen, you have to go to college and get a business degree if you're going to run a business. But here's the deal. Kenny and Kaden run highly successful businesses already. So you're getting on-the-job training. So it reminds me again of being in the military. I have a background in aerospace propulsion. Therefore, the same person with that profession who went to school in the outside civilian sector, they went to school for like 4 years to learn that, and then they finally get out on an aircraft after that. Well, in the Air Force, the first day we were on an aircraft, we would read the book, we go and apply what we learned immediately. So it's on-the-job training. So it's the same thing with business. A business degree doesn't make you a business owner. It doesn't make you an entrepreneur. So looked up some stats and data because I always like to do my due diligence and come with facts. So the question was, what do people who major in business do? And the answer that it gave, and this is according to alumedu.com, it said, generally, business degrees are designed to help students prepare for a wide range of positions and industries by introducing them to the fundamental aspects of business knowledge in accounting, finance, international business, marketing, human resources, operations, and project management. So this is not telling you that it shows you how to run a business. It just teaches you the operational fundamentals of running a business. It's kind of like, I've never flown a plane before, but I know how to fly a plane because as an aerospace propulsion specialist in the United States Air Force, we had to do a process which was called running sticks. That means you have to get in a pilot's chair, start the engine, start the entire aircraft and run it at full speed while still maintaining on the ground. This is how we did engine checks. So technically, I know, by the book and mathematically, I know how to fly a plane. Never flew a plane in my life. Never have a desire to do so, but I know how to. So again, this is the same ideology you have to look at when we're talking about having a business degree in business. Yes, you may know the fundamentals, the outer perimeter of running a business, but until you actually got into a business environment to run a successful business, a business major doesn't equate to much to me. So let's see the next one. It said, what can I expect from a business degree? This is from the same source, the same resource. It says business majors are taught on how to do things like quantify a set of data, evaluate the financial impact of organizational decisions, and utilize figures to back up business proposals. Let me stop right there. Listen to what that said. It teaches you how to read data and how to figure out how to back up business proposals. So again, this is using hypothesis or whatever that word was back in school that don't really matter today, but you're going on guesswork. According to that, this is what I think a business should do. Or if we do this, if we do that, this is the result we should get. Listen, we don't go by shoulds as entrepreneurs. You're in the hunt. You're actually in the trenches doing the work. So that's the person that you're going to get your information from. It's like Kenny and Kaden. They'll always tell people, it's like, listen, I'm actively building a successful, profitable business now. And I also have resources through other entrepreneurs not to mention their own parents who are highly successful entrepreneurs, but they have other mentors and coaches that teaches them different things in business in real time. What this does, it shortens the learning curve for both Kennedy and Caden. So just sitting in the classroom isn't going to do anything to help you shorten your learning curve. You're just expending and spending money on a college education that's just teaching you to get a job, basically. So that furthermore went on to say, at the same time, they learn how to communicate clearly, to work within a team dynamic, and to operate within a strict set of ethics. That sentence has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with being an entrepreneur. It has nothing to do with being successful in business. Listen, it said they learn how to communicate clearly. We taught Kennedy and Caden soft skills at a very early age. They took Toastmasters at 7 years old. Dude, we didn't even have to pay for that. We didn't have to pay a college tuition for them to do that, okay? And the last one I want to read to you, it said, what is the highest paying business major? According to the same, this is another place called Poets and Quants for Undergrads.com. It said that the highest paying majors, says graduates who major in business analytics earn the most at $66,000 on average per year early in their careers. My babies, 13 and 14 years old, run six-figure companies. I'm gonna pause on that just to let that marinate. So it further says, for mid-career wages, finances and economics are the top earners of $100,000 on average per year, according to new data released by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. So listen, they had to incur a student loan debt to attain that degree. Then they have to wait until midterm through their tenure in the profession, which let's just say 10 years. If a person's typically gonna work 20 years, by the time they get midway, we're looking at 10, 15 years before they're able to make $100,000. So listen, guys, don't be skewed by confined thinking of thinking that you have to go straight from high school straight to college. Here's another thing I always tell people. Listen, if you have a child prodigy who graduated high school at 13, in that regard, he's considered an anomaly. So you don't just put an anomaly in the cow herd with everyone else and just automatically say, well, you just made it to the cow herd a little earlier. So let's picture the same slaughtering process. You take somebody like that and feed and fertilize and cultivate that gift and that skill set and propel it in the right direction, and not just say, just go to college just because you're supposed to. Because so many people, majority of people that ask the kids, are you going to college next, have never even gone to college. So let's have a paradigm shift and stop thinking with the mentality of scarcity or a poverty mindset to think that I just have to get in line and follow the rest of the cattle through the slaughtering process. All right, guys, I'm Dr. Sean J. Harris. Make impact and make money while you're doing it.